Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's an area that people are beginning to wonder, how's this going to affect me long term?
That's right.
What is this going to look like? And honestly, the answer is we don't know. But what I will say is, I think as employers and kind of in what we're looking at, we're starting to see we already have a skill set gap within the industry and throughout the U.S. And so, what kind of skills are going to now be required for people that have to be able to not? You've got the robot doing the job, but there's still got to be a higher technical capacity to be able to handle when that machine glitches or when that robot's not doing its job.
And somebody has to make the robots.
Yeah, and so aligning our educational systems to make sure that we're also aligning with what's going to be needed in that new skill set is something that's really been a focus for us, and being able to partner with that.
And I'm involved in some organizations now here within the state, and I would say the tech schools, we have some of the best tech schools in the state. It's pretty amazing, and their collaboration with manufacturing and other industries is really amazing. So I think what we'll do as a state that will be better than many of the states we compete with is we'll align that training that's needed with our employees to get there. If you think about it, back in '84 when I started working, we were still largely a textile state. And think about how far we've come. And those textile jobs used to be, 1,000-person facilities sewing socks or sewing shirts or doing whatever. They were very manual. So we became very automated as a state in really 30 years. And we still have a low unemployment rate, and we have higher paying jobs that have more skills, and we'll make the next step also. But I do think it's going to be a dramatic step that requires a lot of training and a lot of work with the schools and the city and state governments combining with industry.
Well, I think what people have to remember is we already have a shortage of labor in this country. So we know that through 2033 that we're going to need 4 million workers to come in just to the manufacturing industry. So we really could afford to have some of that come in without it really heavily affecting, what we're going to need from a worker standpoint.